You're wall between 225 and 230, and it's like drivers can survive it. That, and the way the cars are built, they're built around the drivers. These cockpits, like that ABC car, we've used those since 2012. Now next year, we'll test it.
Just about tripped them. Yeah. All right.
Midgets. 1960.
We are scheduled to have class start at 11:30. This is the Brick Store. We are now going in front of the museum on class C. Again, this is the 11:30. This is the Brick Store only. Now going to the front of the museum on class C.
Oops.
Yeah, but everybody just went over there.
How you feeling?
I'm good.
It's 1964. Got a wooden steering wheel.
This is from the UK or something. This is Daytona. I don't know. I'm not reading all that. Trying to make a video. Alright, so this one was what?
Yeah.
190 miles an hour. Yeah, I just said I wasn't reading this, and here I am. I don't know.
There's the trophy. The winner gets their head put on the game.
Huh.
They get a little less than
Some motors, I guess.
This is called the turn of the century or something like that.
The winner.
Yeah, all the winners.
These are the guys who started the racetrack. And then all the winners. Look how fast their top speed.
That's an engine, I guess, or for an engine. Chevrolet. They all Chevys? No, they're not.
Hi, this is Lynn St. James, 1992 Indy 500 Rookie of the Year. And welcome to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, home of the Indianapolis 500-mile race. If this were 1908, we would be driving through farmland. The majority of roads at that time were unpaved and not accommodating to anything beyond horse-bound travel. Indianapolis entrepreneur Carl Fisher had the idea to build a facility where automobiles could be tested and races held for constructors to showcase their creations in competition. As a result, in 1909, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway came into being. On August 19th of that year, the first series of automobile races were held at the Speedway. Unfortunately, the events had to be cut short as the original surface of crushed stone and tar proved unsuitable for racing. The idea was conceived to pave the entire surface in brick. Work began in the fall of 1909. The project took 63 days and 3.2 million bricks to complete. Almost immediately, the track picked up a nickname relating to its new racing surface. Today, people around the world know of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as the Brickyard. After 2 years of racing, attendance began to decline. Fisher, along with his partners James Allison, Arthur Newby, and Frank Wheeler, decided it would be best to hold one epic race every year instead of several smaller contests. The Indianapolis 500 was conceived to be held around every Memorial Day in May. Ray Haroon won that first 500 in the locally constructed Marmon Wasp, which can be seen on display in our museum. The day was a huge success, and the greatest spectacle in racing was born. We entered the track between turns 1 and 2 onto one of our short chutes, each of which measure 1/8 of a mile and are located at the north and south ends of the speedway. There are 4 turns, each 1/4 mile in length from entrance to exit, and 2 straights, each measuring 5/8 of a mile. Altogether, these add up to a total track length of 2.5 miles. You are probably beginning to feel the effects of our banking as we enter turn 2. Each of our turns has 9 degrees and 12 minutes of banking. To the left, some of our viewing mounds are coming into sight. These are located throughout the inside of the track and are used by general admission ticket holders. Coming into view on the right are the Fuzzy's Vodka-sponsored suites. Constructed in 1973, these suites were originally battleship gray in color. They've recently been repainted green, and oh, by the way, it happens to be my favorite place to watch the race. As we ride along the backstretch, keep in mind the track you are traveling is exactly the same as its 1909 layout, only the surface has changed. If you're wondering what happened to all those bricks, most of them are still beneath us, buried under several layers of asphalt. They can set up their racing lines based on these markers. Each one represents 100 yards. Markers are also posted on the front straight ending at turn 1. Into a turn, Indy cars will carry speeds approaching 220 miles an hour. This will allow them to cover a football field in 9/10 of a second. NASCAR stock cars, which are double the weight of Indy cars and require high banking for fast cornering speed, will be traveling through here at roughly 170 miles an hour. If you look at the walls on the right, you will notice the safer barrier in front of the hard concrete. These were developed by researchers at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln in conjunction with the Speedway and first installed in 2002. They are responsible for saving many drivers from serious injury and can now be found at nearly all major racing facilities in the United States. World War I flying ace Eddie Rickenbacker 500, every one of those seats will be occupied, and there is no sight quite like it in all of sports. You will notice a wall separating the racing portion of the front straight from pit lane. The original version of this was installed in 1957, and it may have been the first of its kind anywhere in the world. This innovation allowed an area for cars to slow while being separated from the high-speed action on track. During the early days of the 500, pit stops would last several minutes, often with the relief driver temporarily taking over for the exhausted original. Today, IndyCar crews can complete a 4-tire change and a full tank of fuel in less than 10 seconds. On the left is Victory Podium. This is where pre-race ceremonies take place and where all the combination of the Indianapolis 500 Borg Warner Trophy and the Brickyard 400 Trophy. The tall building
It's probably too far. Oh, they let people stand up there?
Stand behind your tip. All be lined up at the finish line like this. Are we just doing pictures? A couple of
that message from day to day. Pretty neat. We just had the Brickyard 400 here, and here's some of the cars. Their qualifying times. Here's Daniker. Daniker's a real name, but all the British call her Daniker. They put an R on it. Daniker. Okay. Okay, let's wing it here. So, this is the where press releases occur. This area used to be downstairs in what was called the Chris Economaki room. They made that into a gift shop. Chris Economaki, a famous sports journalist, Speed Sport News editor and owner. So they named a room downstairs for him, but now they've moved this up here. So this is where all announcements would occur. If one of you were to suddenly decide you want to have a race team, they could have this ready in 30 minutes. All the local news media would be here. You could announce it, your sponsor, and so on. So that's what this part's for here. Nice photo opportunity. Behind you is where the Deadline media folks, this is their home during the month of May or whenever there's a race. They have an assigned seat, and it's by seniority and status. So you imagine Sports Illustrated, ESPN, ABC would all have respective places here. Overflow would be down on the second floor. Back in the olden days, if you look across the speedway here to those green seats, and you look directly below the green seats, you can see seats that are in there, housed in that narrow area there, all the way along. That used to be this room. That's where they went. They would sit up there, and the wind would blow their papers around. So that was the old. You also have an excellent view. And when some people are getting their photos taken, I invite the rest of you to take a look out and go over here to this beautiful speedway. So without further ado, please.
I'm just kind of standing around. All right, hold on a minute. Hold on. In case you've been wondering what they keep behind stage.
Just push the button, it automatically down focus.
This isn't. Sorry.
I'm up there with all the chairs.
Somewhere. Walk over here. Go in the hall.
And the NASCAR drivers celebrate below, right down here. They drink the milk right at the base of this here, While we were on the track, there was a gentleman tearing up the checkered flag tape that was on this back here. I was hoping before we get here before we left. But so this down below here, platform is where they drink the milk and they eat chicken. In the old days, that actually would lift up in the air. They did that for 1 year, I think, 1 or 2 years. I don't know why they stopped. This is for the road course, folks. First, second, and third. And Formula One was here. This is where they would celebrate. And the motorcycles were here. They celebrate here. The Indy drivers celebrate on the road course. Early May, this is where they come up, drink some champagne and stuff. But more importantly for me is this is where the pre-race ceremony occurs. If you see the race on TV, drivers start your engines, that's where this occurs. Years gone by, this is where they sang Back Home in Indiana, national anthem, this was the place. Also the 21 gun salute, the 21 gun salute, that reverence for the war dead is amazing. They used to play taps from here, they play taps now from the flag stand over there. And to see 300,000 people stop, you know, they're hustled very loud when they play taps. It's total silence. It's really something. And then after they sing the national anthem.
Do number one.
Yeah.
Let me do one more.
You want to get in one? We'll get you in there if you like. You want to yeah.
It's time, there is.
Yeah, a lot of the parades are.
It's the shot right here. This is the magic shot right here. This is what's for me. This is it. It's the magic of television. So whenever you see anything broadcast from this speedway, they're going to be standing right here, and you can just casually sit back, look at someone else in the room who hasn't been here, and you can tell them what it looks like behind the camera. Magic of television. Okay, so we have been to the timing and scoring, we've been to media. We have cameras mounted throughout the speedway. We can put 20 to 30 different shots up on that screen, so they know exactly what's going on at the track, anywhere on the track. So this is what they see, and they can change. They can blow up the entire screen to one of these shots, bring it over. So why is this important? This is important to keep the track running safely. Also to monitor. Let's say I'm driving erratically. Other teams call up and say Frank is driving. He's out of his element. These folks would then hone in on me, watch my driving. If I need to come off the track, then pull me off the track. If they see a whisper of smoke coming out from a car back, they can bring it up. They can vote yellow. They can also penalize people for infractions, but they also, if there's a crash, an easier crash, there's electronic yellowing area for the home implementation of this.
That's probably